All right, here we have a 2003 MasterCraft X2 in a white hull and deck, black main stripe, sitting on a single axle factory MasterCraft trailer. This was a trade-in we just took. Did not have a trailer. We had this factory trailer on another boat, and I think the boat was like a 98. Don't quote me on that. It's a late 90s trailer. But we went through, this one matches great with this boat. Did new brakes, hubs. I think we did wheels and tires on there too. So this thing will go down the road great. And yeah, let's walk around the boat and take a look at it. This thing has 956 hours on the actual boat. It had the block replaced within the last couple years. I think 3 or 4 years ago that block was replaced by the previous owner. But it has all the original electronics, ECM. So I don't have a way of knowing how many hours are actually on this block, but all the components aside from the block are from the old motor. So the manifolds, transmission, everything were pulled off and put on that new block. Cosmetically, the trailer is going to have some chips on the paint all throughout. You'll see a couple spots on the top there. Does have fiberglass fenders. As for the boat, the gel coat is actually in really good shape. Very much fade free. There are going to be some scratches here and there. Nothing major. This graphic is original and it is seen better days. It's got some scrapes down it. But the black gel coat looks awesome. Walking down the side, I'm not going to point out all of them, but you're going to see little nicks in the rub rail. You've got a couple small scratches on the top here. Going down, we have a chip above the rub rail here. Some scratches up the top right there. With this Wakeboard Tower, the Zero Flex Tower, I always laugh when we get these older MasterCrafts in. And honestly, most older boats have towers on them. You're going to see spider cracking from it flexing on the top of the gunnels here. But everything's tightened up, tower's solid. The spider cracks are they're just in the gel coat. It's nothing structural, but it's just from these gunnels flexing over the years, and just get a little bit of surface cracking from that. Got a small scuff here. Get it to focus. There we go. Hull of the boat looks pretty good. You're just gonna have some light scuffs from trailer bunks, but nothing out of the ordinary. We see that on pretty much everything. Let's go down the starboard side. This is just light little stuff. I just want to point it out. You're gonna see those same spider cracks on this side though. So underneath, across the top here. Going down the side. Got a couple spider cracks here along the rub rail. I don't really see any fiberglass cracks or gel coat cracks around the rear bases on the tower, which is nice. The graphic on this side, same story. Pretty scraped up. Nothing through the graphic though. The sole reason we have left this on is because, again, this is original. I think there's probably going to be some fading around it, so when you take it off, you're going to be able to see where that graphic was. MasterCraft logos in the back. It's a little bit of scuff on it, but overall, it's just a rubber decal. It's in good shape. Coming around the back, it does have a teak platform. Looks decent. There's a couple spots where it could probably use some teak oil. And the transom of the boat is in good shape. Usually you see a lot of scratches on here because it slopes out and people drop boards and stuff on it. See a couple fiberglass, I keep saying fiberglass, gel coat cracks. Again, these are just on the surface. It's nothing structural at all. It's a little chip there. Looks like it's had a patch done or something to it in the past. That's pretty much it on the outside. A lot of little scratches. The biggest thing is the graphics have seen better days. Coming around, let's hop inside. You do have transom remote. And on into the interior. It is a gray on gray with a black accent stripe on the engine hatch. The engine hatch, I believe, has been replaced at some point in time. I think these MasterCraft hatches always had kind of this pinstripe stitching to it, and those are notorious for blowing out because there are just so many holes in there from all the stitching and people walking on it. You always see those things blown out, and I've seen several times people had them replaced with something like this, where you just have that accent stripe through the middle and they've done away with that stitching. But vinyl back here is in good shape. Do have a couple scuffs here that might come off. I don't know if that happened after we detailed it or not, but no promises that's coming out. It does have the gray carpet. Again, the Zero Flex tower. It's going to have the bimini top, 4 tower speakers. We've got the clamping board racks on both sides. Now, if you watched our water video, you might have noticed we were missing a piece on this side. That's because it broke. So we got a new one for the one side. And we actually have a spare in this box. That's going to come with the boat. We have no need for it, so if you ever break a board rack, good luck finding that same style board rack anywhere else, but you've got a couple spare pieces for it in there. The X2, this one's pretty much bone stock in terms of the ballast system. So you've got ballast. You also have a KGB bag that clips into the bilge and the ski locker in the middle. We'll look at that in a second. You can open the engine. Here's a look at that Predator Vortec motor by Inmar. Again, the boat itself has 956 hours on it. The block has been replaced within the last couple years. Had it on the water, runs great. This thing's fully serviced, good compression, fresh impeller, fresh oil, fresh filters. Perfect pass works. Yeah, not much else to say. It passed our inspection and runs great. If you want to check out our running footage, look up our video. It does come with a black mooring cover. You can see that stored down there. Also has a spare prop hiding down there. Do have a ski pylon. In terms of the vinyl through the interior, overall it's pretty good considering it's almost a 1,000-hour boat and this is the original interior. Biggest thing to point out is, again, to go back to the stitching, you have splits pretty much the whole way around this lean back in the rear of the boat. Seat base in the back is good to go. Same with the corner seat. The side seat here has a split between. You do have storage underneath. Actually have that KGB belly bag sitting in there because we cleaned the bilge out. Show you real quick. Probably still have a little water in there. Clean the bilge and we'll hook it back up for the owner, but need to get the rest of the water out of there, obviously. Flipping open the OB, you've got amps and, let me move this. A dual battery setup. Owner's manuals. We got a boating kit in here, just kind of thrown in there. But storage goes all the way up into the bow. Do have a battery switch in there. You're going to see a spider crack right here under the seat base. Somebody probably dropped something on there at one point in time. Let's flip open. Glove box has your head unit for your stereo. Does have auxiliary, no Bluetooth, and it has a CD player. Looks like an aux cord in there for it already as well. Let's make our way over to the dash. I'm not gonna power it on, but instrumentation. There's some interesting stuff here, and by interesting I mean there's some goofy stuff here, like there's a fuel gauge here and there's a fuel gauge here. One of the two does not work, but the important thing is you know how much fuel's in this thing. It does have the GPS speed display on the left, but the perfect pass set is on the right. It does have a depth finder, stereo remote, blower, all the switches are down here. Fill and drain the ballast over here on the right side. The trim on here is gonna have some stains. I don't know if you can see the brown. That's not gonna come off. This chrome is just kind of pocked up. It's maybe could be polished, but it's always in an awkward spot to kind of do that to it. But again, 1,000-hour boat, nothing crazy. Got the tower mounted mirror. Walking up to the bow, you'll see this does have the heater. There's an outlet there. Another one at the bottom here. The mount for it has a small crack in it, but it's held in place. Walking up to the front, wraparound seating, you got speakers up front. You do have a small split in the vinyl here. You flip open the seats, storage underneath. Small split between right there, and again some spider cracking in the gel coat over here, but overall nothing real offensive on the interior of this boat. If you guys have any questions, give us a call at N3 Boatworks. Our phone number is 317-845-9253. Come check this thing out while we still got it. Thanks for watching.